In the area of de-dollarization, okay, you see every single day the news is out. You've got Russia, China, Iran all doing deals outside of the US dollar. The big energy producers and the biggest commodity producers, that would be in the Middle East and Russia, they're getting out of the dollar. Up until a few years ago, all commodity trades and all oil trades settled in US dollars. This was a huge way for the United States to get an override on the global GDP. Well, these countries have now said, you know what, forget it. We're out of the dollar. That means that the value of the dollar as a unit of exchange will decrease because it's being used less. It means they're going to have to print more to overcome the deficit of not being used, which means more inflation and more downward pressure on the economy. And we see that playing out as well.
Max Keiser is right again, ladies and gentlemen. If you are holding the dollar, it's not looking good, and it's also not looking good in the U.S. Well, in contrast to, say, El Salvador or the new America, as Max Keiser refers to it, is the new Statue of Liberty a volcano in El Salvador? It's looking more like it by the day. We just entered the new year, and we can take a look. The dollar over here on the right, well, that looks like a losing battle. Why would I sell this thing on the left for that thing on the right? While the dollar is on very shaky ground to get started in 2024, Bitcoin appears to have chose violence, exploding to 45K. Check that out. And not to toot my own horn, but we have this tweet here, and if I go, this was December 24th, and I said the pin has been pulled. Just wait for it, as we knew with all the good news coming, ETFs likely to get approved by the end of the week. That's big news, ladies and gentlemen. But we were flipping resistance to support, and as we see that wick up, you knew what was coming. I guess you could see we nailed it. Are you guys not entertained? Bitcoin is just starting to melt faces. This is still, in the grand scheme of things, it's a pump for ants. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a good time. But the legend Max Keiser and Stacey Herbert joined Alex Jones, and they shared with him how America is not a place, it's a people, it's an idea. And those foundational principles, those foundational ideas set forth by the founding fathers, well, they're coming alive, and they're blossoming and exploding in El Salvador and anywhere in the world where Bitcoin is taking shape and blossoming. A lot of good things are happening. And we even heard Alex Jones in this interview said, hey, he thinks he's going to have to make his way to El Salvador soon. But hey guys, we got a lot of news to cover. Let's get it.
Party, that party. Yeah. Come and have a good time with G.O.D.
You know, everything we create as men, as man, right, including women, right, that mankind creates all around him a reflection of his inner wants and needs himself. So money is the same thing. So weak money creates bad times as well. And we've had a weak money running the global system, especially since 1971. It all was inevitable that it would fail.
And as Stacey said, it was fully predictable to see what would happen with fiat money. This is how it works by design, but on the contrast, the number of unique addresses holding at least one full Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high. Number is going up, hodlers are going up, and the institutions are coming in amidst a 6-7 year low in supply of Bitcoin on exchanges. Get ready. You may want to make of this what you will, but Bitcoin is melting faces so much that even Jim Cramer can't deny it. Well, be looking for a retracement, maybe in the near future with Cramer, but the bullish sentiment is building. It's everywhere, from Van Eck, Invesco, Blackrock, El Salvador blossoming. What's happening in Argentina, where maybe Bitcoin is basically a legal tender now. All the things that happened the past few years, all those encroachments on our freedom, on our liberty, Bitcoin is that answer back. Honestly, anyone who starts to buy Bitcoin, adopts Bitcoin, uses Bitcoin, and puts that in cold storage, you're declaring Magna Carta. Wherever you are in the world, you yourself as an individual, you don't have to be some landowner or some rich white guy, anyone, anywhere in the world can declare Magna Carta, independence from a tyrannical state. All you have to do is adopt Bitcoin, not an ETF. That's paper Bitcoin. That only helps Larry Fink. And we've talked about this a lot with Larry Fink, speak of the devil, right? Well, there is a flight to quality going on, but if we're fleeing to quality, we're leaving something that is not good, that might be toxic, that is damaging, right? It hurts you. That's why you want to find quality. You want to get away from the bad stuff. And this morning, something eerie happened as U.S. 1-month T-bills skyrocketed 13% a day, and Bitcoin at the same time. The flight to quality amidst uncertainty and corruption. Also, usually things of this nature with the T-bills, usually not a good sign. we will be keeping an eye on that. But also another factor that could have played into that, Saudi Arabia joined BRICS. Also the UAE, Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia have all officially joined BRICS. Welcome to the new year. And as Max said, de-dollarization is picking up. And they're going to have to print money, but there will be less countries and entities to eat up that money. You're going to further exacerbate the supply issue, and that's going to further exacerbate inflation. Going back to what Max Keiser was saying, we have entered into the inflationary Weimar cycles. This is what is happening, and each injection will be X amount bigger with X amount less duration in QE benefiting anyone before inflation really starts to rear its ugly head. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen, as things are getting darker in the fiat world, the bright orange future, there is a Renaissance 2.0 happening as the US, the West, and other nations are entering into the fourth turning. El Salvador has left it. They're coming out of it. They have strong leaders building strong future and making no promises to their people, but only to allow them to achieve their greatest self, to get out of the way and allow for a free market and individuals to strive and achieve.
That is just the process that we're entering. The hope for humanity is always that, humanity always survives. We've survived many things throughout history. And this is not one of the worst of them. This is just one of these periods of time, a cycle of history, the fourth turning that happens. And, weak men create bad times. And President Bukele always says that strong men create good times. And that's what we're having here.
Yeah, I mean, as the term Renaissance 2.0, of course, you would need a Renaissance men and a Renaissance man. And this is what distinguishes President Bukele from everybody else, is that he has these values such as virtue and honesty. And he goes after the white-collar corruption. He goes after the gang corruption. He is incredibly transparent in everything the government is doing. And as a result, they're doing a lot of infrastructure build. And when they asked him, where do you get the money? He said, there's plenty of money if you don't steal it. Right? So he understands that this economy, it's a self-feeding flywheel. It's a virtuous circle, that the more opportunity he gives the population, the more the growth that you'll have in the economy, which will provide more economic opportunities. As Stacey was saying, it's remarkable that countries like the United States or Great Britain have to bribe immigrants with free money and free goodies and free phones. But here we're getting huge influx of folks by just giving them an opportunity to be their best selves. We don't give them anything except freedom. And we are attracting the best and the brightest. And the people who are just interested in freebies and they just want to get on the social welfare system and in Canada or the UK or the US, that's where they end up. But we only want doers. We only want builders in El Salvador. We don't want leeches.
When you get to it, and Klaus Schwab, the WEF, the CBDCs, the tyrannical regimes in the West and Canada, here in the US, we can basically say it's a banana republic. There are plenty of things to back that up. But the answer to 1984 is 1776, and Bitcoin is the digital 1776. We had that episode on the Sons of Liberty, but the momentum is building and it's worldwide. An idea whose time has come cannot be stopped by any nation or any army. And Bitcoin is a technology that by design, well, it's ungovernable. Declare Magna Carta, declare your independence, and become a Bitcoiner today. But hey, if you're new to Bitcoin, you're wanting to learn how to take self-custody, get that Bitcoin off of some sketchy exchange, or you're just wanting to take your Bitcoin setup to the next level, we got just the guys to get you covered. When you have this most scarce, most desirable property on the planet, you want to make sure you're securing it. And whether you're just getting started with Bitcoin or further down the rabbit hole, the Bitcoin Way is here to help you wherever you are in your journey. As your dedicated Bitcoin IT team, the Bitcoin Way is here to guide you start to finish on your journey to properly self-custody your Bitcoin. What's more, they've recently introduced 100% privacy-focused collaborative custody services where you're going to benefit from advanced multi-sig security, inheritance planning, and much more while remaining 100% in control. Looking to get started? Go ahead and book a free 30-minute call using that link below. Guys, the new year has started off with a bang, and we are just getting started. We got the ETFs on the way. We got the halving on the way. Where's Paul Revere at? The institutions are coming. But hey, I hope you like this one. Be sure to like, subscribe, share that Sound Money Gospel, and follow us on Twitter where we're getting all the latest breaking news. Be sure to set those notifications. Keep tuning in to Simply Bitcoin, your #1 stop for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution. I'll catch you all next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.